Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike from Sapulpa Times. Welcome back to another episode of the Time Loop here on now Thursday. And hope that your week has been going well for you. It's been pretty hot and humid, and it looks like it's probably going to stay that way. Might have some chance of some rain a little later today and into the weekend. So you guys, I think the heat is the thing you're going to need to watch out for the most. But speaking of rain, I'm just going to get right into what is kind of at the top of the line today. So the golf course is reopening today, and actually reopened at 7 o'clock this morning, following an enormous amount of rain that Sapulpa got over the weekend. And I have a graphic here for you to show you this, just the severity of the flooding here. So a lot of people wouldn't even recognize that this is the golf course because of the baseball field that's in the middle of it. But that is, in fact, our actual golf course there. And you can see at the far top left-hand side, we got Walmart. And then, of course, that is Route 66 that is running over on the right-hand side of it. And I spoke with Kane Leisure, who is the manager of the golf course, yesterday because people were asking me, hey, when are you guys going to open? And he said, we're actually going to open tomorrow. They've been closed for about the last 4 or 5 days following the flooding. And so people were asking me, hey, when's the golf course going to open? I actually had somebody call. I said, I've got people coming in from Oklahoma City tomorrow to golf, and I just want to know if we're going to be able to. And so I called him, and he called me back and said, yeah, we're going to be open today. Thursday is the day. And so the golf course should be open right now. And what was interesting to me, though, when I talked to him, he said they had to spend between 7 to 9 hours um, cleaning up the debris out of each individual green, 7 to 9 hours per green. And so 18 holes, 7 to 9 hours per hole, I guess. It was crazy to me. He said that he was talking about couches and toys and furniture that ended up on the golf course because what had happened is people would just dump their stuff in the creek, in Rock Creek, and then Rock Creek floods. We get the amount of rain that we had on Saturday. It lifts up all that stuff and carries it right over to the golf course where it rested after the water receded. He said that they had 3 dumpsters that they filled up twice each, and chances are the dumpsters probably hold about 2 tons of garbage if they're the standard dumpster. And so, I mean, you're talking about possibly, what is that, 12 tons of garbage and debris and stuff hauled off of the golf course as a result of the flooding. So, anyway, that's crazy. Didn't realize that that would happen. I'm really glad that they got it open now. Completely understand why it took so long. And man, if you're one of those who's throwing your stuff out in the creek because you don't want to take it to the city dump or something, shame on you. I mean, that is terrible. Picking up couches and furniture and stuff just because you were too lazy to take it to the dump or send it to the landfill or something. That's awful. So, but they got it taken care of. So it's done, and the golf course is open today. And another thing that's happening today is early voting has officially opened up and is started. And early voting is happening over at the Creek County Fairgrounds this time because it is a primary election. And so there's going to be quite a few uh, people out to vote in the polls. And so early voting opened today. It opened today at 8 a.m. So just about an hour, less than an hour and a half ago. And it will be open today and tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, June 13th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then, of course, the actual election day is Tuesday the 16th. And so if you are interested in going out and participating in that, the early voting will be happening over at, again, at the Creek County Fairgrounds. Early voting did not happen at the county election board this time for this election because they're expecting a pretty good election. So again, it'll be happening this at the Creek County Fairgrounds. That's where it'll be happening. And of course, if you are not already noticed, they are issuing a new I Voted sticker in celebration of the country's 250th birthday. And so you'll get a special limited edition I Voted sticker if you go and vote in this election. And they definitely have them available for the early voters. And I believe they'll be available for the later on for the on the day of voting on election day as well. So not 100% sure about that, but I think they would. It makes sense to do that. So Let's see here. So that is the two major things. The other big thing, we kind of got big news yesterday that longtime community banker Spirit Bank has decided to merge with Bank First of Oklahoma. And so Debbie Moss, who is the market president, I believe, for Spirit Bank, is actually going to continue in her role. She actually gave us a pretty good statement yesterday. Let me see if I can find that for you real quick. Um, yeah, she said, outstanding opportunity for Spirit Bank, Sapulpa, and for the entire community. In my 30 years of banking, I'm as confident as ever that this merger with Bank First will be a game changer for both our individual and business customers. Comes as kind of a surprise to me. I didn't realize that this was something that they were even considering, but Spirit Bank is now going to become Bank First and assumedly take on the Bank First name and everything else. So looks like it'll be a good deal for everybody involved. We're really happy to see that and glad to see that for the most part, it looks like the Spirit Bank employees are just going to continue in their roles under a new name. So really happy to hear that and looking forward to talking more to Debbie and whoever else is involved with that in the future as they begin to make those changes. So that's expected to happen towards the end of the third quarter. They have to go through some regulatory stuff to make sure that all gets approved, but it looks like it's probably going to happen. So really happy to hear that, guys. Be sure to stay tuned with the email if you're not already signed up. We did have an email that went out earlier this week. You may have seen that. It was based on the sale of the Walgreens location, which I did again in the email, mentioned that it was going to be. Um, Sorry, wrong screen there. I accidentally said in the email last time that it was a warehouse market. I said that in the intro, and then like everywhere else in the email and the story was Walgreens, but I said it wrong at the beginning, and so people texted me and was like, "Hey, it's not a warehouse market; it's a Walgreens." I know that. Just a complete slip of the tongue, and or slip of the finger, I guess, since you're typing it out. But anyway, so stay tuned with the email. I'll be sending out another one shortly that has all of the updates we just talked about, plus some additional stuff that we've got going on from local election committees and boards, and some other information that we've got, including on what's going to be happening this weekend. So stay tuned for all of that. It does look like the rain has subsided, all of the closures and everything that affected us last weekend. It's crazy to think that not even a week ago, I mean, just 5 days ago, guys, we were pretty much underwater, and how quickly it dissipated is a testament to our good irrigation, I guess, and also probably to the heat and stuff that the city is feeling right now and evaporating a lot of that water. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning into the Time Loop Live. I'll see you again on Monday, or I'm sorry, on Tuesday of next week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.